Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a gun not locked away inside a Connecticut home, and tonight the teenager who found it is in the hospital as a result. Plus, one of the new laws in our state is a high-tech crackdown on wrong-way driving. We'll explain how it works. And what a day it was. Sam is here to tell us how long this beautiful weather is going to last.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Carmen Chow. We start tonight with the latest senseless tragedy involving a child and a gun. A 14-year-old boy from Watertown is in critical condition tonight after taking a firearm that was not locked away and it went off. Fox 61's Jake Garcia is live in studio to explain a new law that went into effect today which can prevent this from happening again. Jake?
That's right, Carbon. As of today, state law bans the open carry of guns in Connecticut, while also strengthening the laws around how guns and ammunition are stored, all in hopes to keep something like this from happening again. Watertown police say around 12:30 Saturday afternoon, officers were called to a home on Hadley Street for a 14-year-old boy with a gunshot wound to the head. Officers believe the boy accessed an unsecured gun from inside the home. Police say they believe the gun was fired unintentionally. The boy was taken to a local hospital where he remains in critical condition.
This is not the life you want to be living. This stinks. It's horrible.
Kristen Song knows the pain of losing a loved one to an unsecured weapon. Her 15-year-old son, Ethan, died after visiting a friend's home back in 2018.
And unfortunately, on that day, his friend had loaded the gun on a prior occasion and didn't remember. Didn't realize that a bullet can get caught in the chamber. And unfortunately, my son was the one who paid the price.
Following his death, Ethan's parents were driven to make sure change would happen, so his death would not be in vain. Connecticut passed Ethan's law in 2019, which required gun owners to safely store guns and ammunition that can't be accessed by minors.
Well, I think it's important that as we talk today on October 1st, and we have expanded the safe storage laws, it's the exact kind of thing that we need, because we do know that statistically safe storage saves lives and also prevents injuries.
As of now, state law requires that gun owners safely secure and store their guns and ammunition no matter the age of who lives in the home.
Safe storage is something that is taught to all gun owners. It's even something that the NRA preaches. There is just no reason why a 6-year-old should be accessing a firearm, and there's no reason why gun owners shouldn't be locking up their guns when they're not using them.
Which is why Representative Rosa DeLario is pushing for similar legislation on a national level.
Unless we take action on this, innocent children will continue to harm themselves or continue to die, and that is totally unacceptable.
And Kristen Song urges gun owners to look into a PIN code or biometric gun safe, which many can be bought online for under $100. It's also important to note that Watertown police have not said whether any charges will be filed, but the incident remains under investigation. Live in studio, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Jake, thank you. Another new law taking effect today is aimed at preventing tragedies on the roads. As Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro shows us, that law requires the installation of technology to alert drivers they're going the wrong way.
The aftermath damage of wrong-way crashes, eye-popping, and so are the numbers.
2022 was off the charts in terms of 13 crashes that resulted in 23 fatalities.
Beyond the numbers, stories of tragedy.
These are human lives.
One of those lives, Joseph Kaplow Jr. He could have been a healthcare hero in the trenches when the pandemic hit, but in 2019, an intoxicated wrong-way driver ended his life.
Something I think about every single day is the massive loss that the community of healthcare providers, and the future ones that he would have been participating in training are going to lose out on.
What's causing these wrong-way crashes?
Nearly 80% of all wrong-way driving deaths are from impaired driving.
Now, a new Connecticut state law directs the Department of Transportation to install more wrong-way driving detection and alert systems, as well as continue public awareness campaigns.
Look for the signs. Be sure you're going the right way.
The work will build on already installed safeguards.
Namely the Wrongway flashing lights. So those are the lights that are on off ramps. We've also put something called inlaid pavement markers. So little grooves in the pavement. If you're heading in the wrong direction, they glow back to you red.
Also on the agenda, testing new solutions.
We are going to pilot real-time police notifications. So some of these signs will send an alert directly to state police to see if they can intercept a wrong-way driver. We're working with UConn to test something called reverse rumble strips. Gives a little rumble, a little vibration in your car.
Wrongway numbers this year show improvement over 2022. 4 crashes so far compared to 13 last year, and 6 deaths so far this year compared to 23 last year. Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And hopefully it will make a difference. Angelo, thank you. On Fox61.com, we have information on all the new laws we've mentioned taking effect today, as well as one that allows deadly force to kill a bear in self-defense. Another law makes it illegal for someone 25 or older to text or communicate online with a minor for sexual gratification or inappropriate relationships. And Connecticut dog pounds are now required by law to maintain indoor temperatures between 55 and 80 degrees. Read about all these and much more at Fox61.com. Many questions remain tonight about what forced police to shut down 1.5 miles of the Berlin Turnpike last night. Just before 8 o'clock Saturday night, police closed the northbound lanes between Main Street and East Robbins Avenue. Police reopened the road last night, but we're still working to get official confirmation as to what they are investigating. This was a joint response that involves New Britain and Newington police. When we get the information confirmed, we'll bring it to you on Fox 61 and Fox61.com. New tonight, police in Middletown say a driver who ran a red light is responsible for causing a crash at the intersection of Main and Washington streets. It happened just after 7 this morning. The driver of a red VW Jetta first smashed into a white Chevy pickup, then knocked down a walk, don't walk sign and wound up on the sidewalk. Both vehicles sustained heavy damage, but police say the people inside were not seriously hurt. Of all the places where a fire might erupt, a gas station is perhaps one of the worst. That's the call the New London Fire Department got just before 10 this morning. Firefighters encountered heavy smoke and flames inside the Best Way gas station and convenience store on Willamette Street. Their fast work put out the blaze in 15 minutes and no one was hurt. The fire marshal is investigating. We have new information tonight regarding the arrest of a fugitive wanted by both Glastonbury police and state troopers. Patrick Hemingway's attorney confirms to Fox 61 his client is a former police officer who carried a badge in both New Britain and most recently in Glastonbury. Hemingway is accused of computer crimes involving law enforcement and with lying to police. He appeared in court in Manchester Friday and bond was set at $1 million. The biggest story in education tonight is something those still paying college loans have been dreading. As of today, student loan payments are once again due for the first time in years. And interest started accruing last month. Not every loan is due this week, but those impacted should look for notices in the days and weeks to come. And turning now to the weather watch, today was an absolute beauty with lots of sunshine to go around. And take a look at Jacobs Park in Guilford from this afternoon. You can see people were soaking up some vitamin D and cherishing this random warm weather we're suddenly getting. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Sam Sampieri. Sam, are we going back in time? Like, is it summer again? What's happening here?
Yes, we're going back to the first week of August. How's that instead of the first week of October? Big blue H here. High pressure is our friend for most of this week. We're going to be loving our weather, but we do have to deal with a little bit of patchy fog from time to time. I think tomorrow morning we'll just have a couple of patches of fog, and then Tuesday, Wednesday morning we could have a little bit more widespread fog. Temperatures on the mild side, we're in the upper 50s to lower and the middle 60s. So planning your day for tomorrow, we could have a little bit of patchy fog. Otherwise, the fog will burn off, giving way to sunshine. It'll be warm and pleasant through midday with high temperatures topping out into the mid 70s, and we'll have a nice mild finish. The only thing is we're going to be keeping an eye to the sky. We could have a little bit of haze caused by the Canadian wildfires. In fact, some of the particle pollution has been up a little bit in eastern Connecticut, but no warnings are issued. I'm going to take a look at some more data. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about how long this beautiful warm weather will last. Carmen?
Of all the fairs we've been telling you about on Fox 61, here's one that really is unique to the area. The Simsbury Fly-In Car Show and Food Truck Festival kicked off this morning, built around displays of over 700 plus airplanes and cars with aerial demonstrations. It was an event packed with adventure. Rides were also available for purchase in a helicopter and World War II trainer aircraft. And to top it off, more than a dozen food trucks were there to satisfy people's hunger. Lovers of Chevrolet Corvettes drove to East Hartford today for a good cause. The No Rules Corvette Club and the Connecticut Military Corvette Club sponsored an all Corvettes show this morning, where hundreds of Corvettes were on display for car lovers. We spoke to a member of the No Rules Corvette Club who says he wants to give back to veterans and the Hole in the Wall gang camp.
We've been donating and doing all Corvette cruises, and then we decided to try to do a Corvette show up on this end of town. They do a big one down south, so we try to get something together up here.
At today's event, there was also a DJ, food trucks, raffles, and prizes. We have much more coming up on Connecticut's news station, beginning with a devastating